the 103.5 FM is Martin Ifan Shuku every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space, views of political actors from various political parties on political process, views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebona at 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date. All day, every day. Who's bad? Hit it! Everyone at the 103.5 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride.
Let's go!
It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebona DFM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio.
From 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Getting your morning inspired, be informed, let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Ifan Shuku, aka Meta.
And Tracy FEMNR, aka Classy.
From Monday to Friday, from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
On the morning drive.
103.5 FM. Good morning and welcome to Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Today, the 8th day of February 2024. Today is Thursday and the time is a minute past the hour of 7. It's time for newspaper headlines on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
You know that you have the right to quality broadcasting. The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that the complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that a complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Ebonade 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper, Leadership, Punch, Vanguard, Daily Post, The Nation, Sun, This Day, and if time permits, we are also going to take a look at Nigerian Tribune. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-9666-1035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Super Eagles keep their cool to edge South Africa in dramatic AFCON semi-final penalty shootout. Enugu government suspends Animri's health worker over negligence. Enugu government suspends Animri's health worker over negligence. Absence of Ribadu Musa stores Senate interface with security chiefs. Nigeria, US formulate modalities on mining development. NMPCL targets 14,000 barrels per day from Apple West Field as oil production commences. Herdsmen attack. DTHA urges Oborowere security agencies to act fast. INC stakeholders decry fresh face-off in rivers. Court orders federal government to fix prices, inflation as agitation heightens. Civil society organizations, eminent citizens, play presidents, governors' use of public fund for private trips. Biden celebrates Black history as a report reveals discrimination against Africans. Oborowere admonishes church leaders against false prophecies. Work hard to justify your appointment or to tax cabinet members. Rights group wants campaign against police brutality sustained. Chetima unveils committee on energy transition, targets $2.5 billion. Reruns. Situation room slams INEC, says preferred results sheets dent commission. Organized labor protests at NAFDAC assembly over ban on sachet alcoholic beverages. Olubodi urges graduates to develop positive mindset for success. Guba polls why I'm qualified to govern Ondo by Jimo Ibrahim. Rescued pupils, teachers to reunite. Rescued pupils, teachers to reunite with families this week, says government. Kinde receives incident report to prosecute suspects. Adetutu Ogunde dies at 85. Burial February 10th. Activists allege Adeleke's King's woman promoting female genital mutilation. Group Rights Assembly seeks dissolution of Ganduje established emirates. Kogi anti-graft civil society organizations warn EFCC against past mistakes. NOA moves mandatory nationalism study in schools. Federal government kicks off 100 billion naira renewed Hope Cities estate scheme in Abuja. Civil society organizations hold Let the Poor Leave protests in Abuja over ban on sachet drinks. Terrorists release video of kidnapping 62 to fix prices of goods, petroleum products within 7 days. United Way Greater Nigeria announces new board. House of Reps initiates probe into NAFDAC's ban on alcoholic beverages in sachets. Report CBT centers charging more than 7,700 naira. Jamb. 10 billion naira money laundering. Brew the change operator testifies against Dauda Suleiman. Insecurity. FCT. Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps Commandant summons area commanders over threats to FCT. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency secures 15 convictions out of 3,412 cases in 2023. Court orders federal government to fix prices of goods within 7 days. Under pressure, Nigerian government holds urgent meetings over living costs. Former police IG Abubakar chairs Zamfara State Security Trust Fund Board of Trustees. Nigerian Air Force Portrait of Tinubu sparks outrage over resemblance to popular photo of Arutai. Nigeria to force hospitals to treat gunshot victims, says Health Ministry. INEC to conduct supplementary election in Taraba. Police say students allegedly committed suicide in hotel room. Nigeria registers 300,000 tuberculosis cases in 20. Announce. Illegal mining. EFCC arrests 41 suspects, impounds 12 trucks. Bishops, northern elders lament rising inflation, hardship, insecurity. Human Rights Association demands urgent action as smuggling threatens food security. Lagos TUC orders a protest ban on sachet alcohol, cite potential 500,000 job loss. Energy transition challenges may stall gas pipeline projects. Lagos Polo Club delegation presents prestigious CNS Cup to Chief of Naval Staff. NSA urged to investigate alleged threats against Emeka Ofo. Inflation, price hike push an egg a day diet beyond Nigeria's reach. Invest in research, empower manufacturers, experts tell federal government. Abata denies being Obaseki's mole, distances self from Edo Labour Party Secretariat violence. Petrol scarcity from the Guardian newspaper this morning. From the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to Leadership newspaper. Court gives federal government 7 days to fix prices of goods. Leadership award will motivate me to do more. Makinde. EFCC raises task force against dollarization of economy. Israeli Prime Minister rejects Hamas ceasefire terms. Need to harness Nigeria's special economic zones. Reforming the mining sector. Tinubu Ebim Power. Reform the mining sector. Ekiti pupils. How we raised 15 million naira ransom. Families. Jailbreak. 4,000 prisoners still on the loose 2 years after. Nigeria faces Cote d'Ivoire in first AFCON final since 2013. NMPC records a 14,000 barrel per day production from Apple Westfield. Kogi. Civil society organizations warn Olukoyede against politicization of EFCC. EFCC raises special task force against dollar. We've taken this. AFCON, you've made Nigeria proud. Tinubu tells Super Eagles. Nigeria urged South Africa to reach first AFCON final in 11 years. Court orders a federal government to fix. House of Reps probe ban on sachet alcoholic drinks. Police kill suspected kidnapper. Issa Dede in Abuja. Lawyers, bloggers, others dismiss corruption allegations against FCT Chief Judge. Tennis. Halep appeals doping ban at CAS. Vice President Chetima off to Cote d'Ivoire to watch Super Eagles AFCON semi-final match. Group falls NAFDAC's ban on alcohol in sachets. 6. National Assembly intervention. AFCON 2023. Saidu Sanusi may miss Super Eagles. FAAN bans ministries, departments, agencies, protocol officers from airports. 15 drug kingpins bag 168 years in 2023. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Nigeria leads Africa's mining group. Only good governance will end insecurity in the north. Kaduna governor. Still on the stories making headlines on the Leadership newspaper this Kogi, civil society organizations, one Olukoyede. House of Reps, probe ban on sachet alcoholic drinks. Transmission of election results underway. Edo 2024, Labour Party to sanction aspirants voting parties guidelines. Federal government amends charges as Adebutu faces trial over alleged vote buying in Ogun. Edo Guba, Oshomole urged to respect zoning in APC. Why I want to be Ondo Governor Jimo Ibrahim. Surprise, Fubara withheld assent to 4 bills. Amewulu. APC governors splash 200 million naira on Super Eagles. Gunmen kill 3 soldiers, 2 vigilantes in Nasarawa. Transmission of election results underway as electoral bill scales second reading. Reward extravaganza for staff, customers. That's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to the Punch newspaper. APC warns as Assembly receives letter to dissolve Kano Emirates. Tinubu inaugurates student loan scheme February 24th. INEC issues by-election, rerun winners certificates. INEC issues by-election, rerun winners certificates. Forest crisis, EFCC, 7,000-man task force goes after dollar racketeers. Uti assures traders of remodeling Abia bond market. Mba orders reinstatement of sacked Enugu Water Corporation workers. Distillers plan more protests as reps probe ban on sachet alcohol. PDP knocks Tinubu as police arrest 25 Niger protesters. Tension as bandits kill soldiers on peacekeeping mission in Nasarawa. Tension as bandits kill soldiers on peacekeeping mission in Nasarawa. Nigeria needs unity to make progress. Kwankwasia leader defeated Ebonyi South PDP. APGA candidates allege malpractices. Water scarcity, outage, broken down ambulances, paralyzed Anambra PHCs. Mba orders reinstatement. We've taken this. Alleged killers of 3 Catholic worshippers arrested, paraded in Ebonyi. Imo community accuses monarch of high-handedness, extortion. Yabatek gets new registrar. Oyo to prosecute 3 held over Ibadan explosion. Ijara under bridge to turn recreational center commissioner. Reps invite Wike security chiefs over FCT insecurity. Federal government, World Bank empowers 5,000 Taraba, Akwa Ibom farmers. Reps want presidential, orders elections conducted same day. Lagos, Niger, Kwara partner on food security. You are fueling insecurity. Anambra community accuses Kano's lawyer. 20 Nasarawa ethnic groups reject Mayit Allah's security outfit. Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps naps 5 oil tips, impounds 9 vehicles. Abians lament as Ofeme community inferno threatens children's education. Oyo to take over abandoned buildings. Commission verifies Anambra FMC 1 billion naira projects. Lagos State University of Education matriculates 3,500 students, warns against cultism. Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission targets March to resume pilgrimage to Israel. Cabinet reconstitution. Imo politicians take lobbying to Abuja. Geometric power. Electricity consumers laud media for social responsibility role. Osun Assembly suspends local government share for allegedly insulting speaker. That's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. From the Punch newspaper, we'll flip over to Vanguard newspaper. Court order federal government to fix prices of petrol, diesel, orders within 7 days. We will open reserves to address food costs. Federal government. 2024 census would hold as scheduled. Senate assures Nigerians. How I was lured by Fulani herdsmen into kidnapping U.S. returnees. Trader. Elections. Why do some Nigerians still bother? Catholic Church to federal government tackle Nigeria's insecurity issues head on. Senate to Edun explain in 7 days how over 100 billion naira gas project fund was disbursed. Naira depreciates to 1,465 naira per dollar in parallel market. Vice President Chetima unveils a presidential committee for $2.5 billion green economy. Investigate alleged killing of 11 Fulani by soldiers in Kaduna, Northern Elders. 2024 census will hold as scheduled. Senate assures Nigerians. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Poverty, unemployment, responsible for insecurity in Northwest Obasani. Edo 2024, I am P2B of Edo State. Emasobon. Hardship is dishonest of APC to blame opposition for protests. Lukman. Why Edo Central should produce next governor. Ekpoboro. INEC to conduct supplementary election in Taraba. AFCON. Shetima's presence inspired Super Eagles victory. Presidency. Nwabali wins man of the match after saving 2 penalties against South Africa. Super Eagles qualify for AFCON final after defeating South Africa on penalties. Again, Tantita apprehends another vessel for oil theft. Cooking gas explosion, 4-year-old girl, 3 others in Lagos hospital. Court dissolves 4-year-old marriage over irreconcilable differences. Rising cost. Another protest breaks out in Niger State. And that's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to Daily Post newspaper. EFCC raises special task force against dollarization of economy. Ekiti traditional chieftaincy title holders condemn killing of traditional rulers. Kwara court grants bail to 2 journalists arraigned for defamation. Osun government approves recruitment of 5,000 teachers. Osun Assembly suspends local government chairman. Osun Assembly suspends local government chairman for misconduct. Stay at home, don't come to city. Wike tells FCT council chairman. Court vacates contempt order against EFCC director. Delta Assembly orders a polytechnic to implement resolution in 24 hours. 16 Ibnedion Varsity graduates inducted into medical council. Rivers. Murder trial of former caretaker committee chairman commences. Economic hardship. Hold governors, senators, reps responsible. Oluwo of Iwo to Tinubu. Kogi government condemns killing of Ijumu chief. Directs security agencies to apprehend killers. That's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Sun newspaper. Insecurity. Governors need more powers to secure states. Ubi, Tamboa, Ata. The Sun Awards worthy of celebration. Ebubogo, Izu. Vandalism. Economic crunch. Reasons for poor broadband connectivity in Nigeria. NCC. Federal government vows to curb illegal SIM registration. Wema Bank rewards customers, staff. Insecurity, FCT under threat, Akpabio. Food crisis, solution in sight. Federal government assures as a presidential food committee meets. Tinubu lacks understanding of economic reforms, Atiku. Protests in Niger, Kano. Oppositions plot to instigate violence against federal government, APC. Be patient with economic policies of Tinubu, Wike begs Nigerians. TUC, FOBTOB, protests against shutting down alcoholic sachet drink factories by NAFDAC. Sacked Enugu employees return to work as Mba overrules Water Corporation management. Prove you don't hate Esaland. Group urges Oshomule, Edo Guba, Esan Group to host Igadalu in Lagos. Tinubu's renewed hope has turned to renewed anger. Ex-APC National Working Committee member touts federal government. Plato, how Mutwang's security strategy is paying off. Group urges article to be decorous, truthful in national discourse. APGA leadership and INEC macabre dance. Federal government vows to curb illegal SIM registration. Wema Bank rewards customers, staff. Wema Bank rewards customers, staff. Diaspora Nigerians to float 100 billion naira venture capital fund, SMEs, banks. Vandalism, economic crunch, reason for poor broadband connectivity in Nigeria, NCC. We've taken this. Hunger, query 36 governors, fight economic saboteurs to stand still. Arewa think tank urges Tinubu. I am encouraged by the Sun Award, P2B. The Sun Awards nomination, pleasant surprise, Awa Kalo. The Sun Award, credible, honorable, Useni, Wema Bank CEO. Wakama confirms 12-man the Tigress roster for Ataweb. You are undoubtedly super. Mba celebrates Super Eagles. Rivers International Marathon, gateway to global spotlight on state, says Governor Fubara. Nigeria urges South Africa to reach AFCON 2023 final. ECOWAS exit of Niger orders Nigeria's ranking in new corruption index. Smart teaching would improve Nigeria's education system. Odika, Standard Brain Academic proprietor, Catholic priest Paul Okoromi joins League of Gospel Singers. And that's the much we can take from the Sun newspaper this morning. From the Sun newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. Federal government targets $2.5 billion opportunities in green economy. Navy warns against drug abuse, offers rehabilitation. Tantita achieves more feats in fight against oil tips. Women to get training in gas retail business. Firm opens center. Bank rewards workers, customers loyalty in campaign. Author brings spark into marriages with book. Church revival excites Ghanaians. Professionals laud Faleke's project. Lafarge Africa launches Green Depot. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Court orders federal government to fix prices of goods within 7 days. 3 senators elect, 15 House members elect get certificates of return. Federal government, US raise working group on mining development partnership. Saudi Arabia, no diplomatic ties with Israel without independent Palestine. Saudi Arabia, no diplomatic ties with Israel without independent Palestine. Anti-corruption groups fault EFCC on Bello. Fubara promises alternative route to East-West Road. IOM, federal government assists 34,694 stranded Nigerian migrants in 7 years. Senate seeks information on 100 billion naira gas project fund disbursement. Welfare, Nigeria Correctional Services supported 924 personnel with 778.12 million naira in 2023, says NABA. Youth beg ex-commissioner to join Ondo race. And that's the most we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. We will now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
Country people, another good opportunity don't land for you to secure your own landed property for better location with small money before price go carry you go where you don't know. This one na legit info from the stables of Robin Fave Concept Limited. I know say you don't sabi that name by now. Robin Fave Concept Limited now big name for this real estate business. We get the track record and we dey deliver for everything we talk. Now we bring you Blessed Garden Estate, phase 1 and phase 2. Now we still bring you Airlight Garden Estate and Unique Garden Estate. All these estates, they're the capital city of Delta State, and people when sabi levels don't buy them finish. But no worry, because land no dey finish. And our work, now to direct you go where you go get the best value for your money. This time, we don't carry and come your domot with the brand new Golden City Garden Estate, Otulu, just 2 minutes from Akuku Igbo local government secretariat. This one na confirmed premium estate when you fit get with small money when no go turn your eye at all. Just 350,000 naira for one plot inside our special promo when they on now from now till 2 weeks time. This estate dey for Otulu off Asaba Benin Expressway, just 2 minutes from Asaba Housing Estate and 5 minutes from Wichtech Group of Companies. Golden City Garden Estate dey for good location when they say na only 20 minutes e go take from Coca Junction flyover, 10 minutes from Asaba International Airport, and e no far from the express route. For inside Golden City Garden Estate, you go enjoy light and water 247. The environment clean and the day serene for you and your family with good road network and street light go dey shine for every corner. You no go worry about security because solid fence dey around the estate and security men when them train wella command the gate 247. On top that one, recreational center dey for your maximum relaxation. Wetin you dey wait for? Waka come Robin Fave Concept Limited office make you collect your own plot inside the brand new Golden City Garden Estate. Because special promo dey on now, and for this promo season, you go get 464 square meters of land when be 50 by 100 one plot for only 350,000 naira. This promo na for only 2 weeks. So no dull yourself. With only 350k, you don't become landlord inside this correct estate for we capital city. Call us today for 081 68 32 2403. That is 081 68 32 2403. I say 081 68 32 2403. Once you pay, we go allocate your land, give you sharply, plus give you deed of assignment, register survey plan, and government approved extension. When go show say even government confirm what we do, you no get anything to worry about. Now we dey run am. If you no get all the money to pay now, you fit dey pay small for the one where they call installment payment plan. Whether na 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months, as long as you no go turn your eye, better payment plan dey for you to choose. Take advantage of this special promo when they on now unto say one plot of land 464 square meters na only 350,000 naira. Because once this promo end, the price go increase small and the promo na just 2 weeks e go last.
Secure the future for you and your family. Buy your own land today. Make yourself become landlord inside the new Golden City Garden Estate, Otulu, when be only 2 minutes from Akuku Igbo Local Government Secretariat. Come our office when they inside the Mock Petrol Station, Kilometer 8 at Sabah Benin Expressway at Sabah, Delta State. Or call us on top 081 68 32 2403. That is 081 68.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/GIFSFM. We are on to this day newspaper. Governors need more powers to secure states. Obi, Atta, Tambuwa declare. Nigeria recorded 600 trillion naira e-payment transactions in 2023. Man, banning spirit drinks in sachets will endanger 500,000 jobs, hot billions of naira investments. AFCON 2023, Eagles beat South Africa in dramatic shootouts to qualify for final. House to probe non-compliance by banks with CBN directives on NOP limits. Federal government to disburse 200 billion naira at 9% to MSMEs, SMEs, manufacturers through BOI. Senate urges federal government to account for 100 billion naira gas project funds disbursement within 7 days. Naira continues to fall at parallel to 1,465 naira per dollar. Gains at the official windows to close 1,418 naira per dollar. Chetima to unveil team to unlock $2.5 billion green economy opportunities today. Menace of oil spillage in Niger Delta region. Starlink appoints TD Africa first authorized distribution in Africa. Foundation donates 33 million naira to 4 special needs schools across Nigeria. Senator urge PENCOM to utilize capital market for better returns. ACON announces 1 billion naira indemnity insurance for advertising agencies. MTN maintains highest number of inward porting as Nigeria's internet data usage rises. Makinde and the tirade against Atiku. As Ayedatiwa 18 others jostle for Ondo 2024 Guba seat. Obaseki's support for Igadolu faces threat. Glitz as Lagos Country Club hosts New Year. And that's the much we can take from this day newspaper. From this day newspaper, we'll flip over to Nigerian Tribune. Experts list drugs which bitter cola makes ineffective. The exit of Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso from ECOWAS. FinTech Nigeria's GDP growth to hit $6 billion by 2026. Expert reps directs FRSC police to enforce law on siren use. Esa Oke residents commence Rep Busoya Oke for road rehabilitation project. APC professionals cancel laws Obasa Odumbaku. Others election victories. Reps probe non-release of national identity cards since 2012. Tipper vehicle crushes female victims to death in Niger. This is your time to benefit. Wike assures FCT rural dwellers. Kogi Commissioner of Police urges government to prioritize security of lives, property. Nigeria's e-payment transactions rose to 600 trillion naira in 2023. NIPS. Harsh economy. Para governor appeals to labor orders for patience. Harsh economy. Para governor appeals to labor orders for patience. Federal government empowers 257 small-scale farmers in Akwa Ibom. Court orders federal government to fix prices of fuel goods within 7 days. And that's the much we can take from the Nigerian Tribune this morning. That will also mark the conclusion of all that we have for you on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Airborne at 103.5 FM. We will now flip over to our WhatsApp portal to bring you reactions this morning. From our WhatsApp portal, we have this message that says, Nigeria, my beloved country, is that unique country where the government of the day's expenditure has continued to rise in geometrical progression due to the huge from production and sales of crude oil and the increased demand for public goods. It is ironical that rising government expenditure has not translated to meaningful growth and development as Nigeria ranks one of the poorest countries in the world. In addition, Nigerians have continued to wallow in abject poverty while many live below poverty line. Now, Baba God will deliver us from the hands of these professional kleptocrats and profligates. Comrade Manley Oduago from Odumo us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from famous Christian and is joining us from Aguluzi, Ifite village. Now we have this one. It's coming from John Ume from Okozo, and he says Niger State women protesting over hardship. Yesterday it was Nasarawa State women. Tomorrow maybe nationwide protests, and yet the federal government is busy telling us to be more patient, while APC is on the side of telling us that opposition are ganging up against the government. The truth is that there is no hope for Nigeria under this government, because APC is a government of lies and propaganda. Instead of admitting that you have failed woefully and beg for forgiveness, they are busy giving Nigerians empty promises, playing politics with the lives and properties of the masses. He says, frankly speaking, Nigeria of today is not the Nigeria of Tinubu's type because he is not prepared for governance. John Ume, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from Agonabo. He's joining us from Ofa Aguluzibu, and he says Israel's Hamas war, let them release the victim before ceasing fire. And he says, let the killers of soldiers in peacekeeping is insulting and need not to be made a headline. Killing of 11 Fulani in Nigeria is unprofessional and lack of appropriate training and need to be condemned. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Agonabo. Now we have this message. It's coming from Chinedu. He says, I congratulate our national team for defeating South Africa team to book a place in the ongoing AFCON. By the grace of God, the trophy will be ours. Amen. This message is coming from Christian Ufundo from Onitsha. And he says, why should sachet hot be banned, but the bottle ones will not be banned? One thing I noticed in this country is that big men do not want poor men in the country to be happy. That is why those in authority are fond of banning anything that could make the poor people happy. If they want to ban hot, let them ban anything, hot drink, whether bottle or sachet. Our leaders should know that our problem is not hot drink. Therefore, they should stop chasing shadow and leave the main object. Ufundo continuing, as he said, if care is not taken, Nigeria will not get over her terminal sickness. Why did I say this? Nigeria has not come out of our problems. Then she brought another heavy problem and piled it on the ones that she had. Nigeria census should not have been mentioned because we have not had Nigeria census. Should not have been mentioned because we have not known. Okay, we don't know our stand. Nigeria has an incurable disease of having multiple projects at a go, but at last, none of them will be done. Ufondo continues and says governors need more power to secure states. Governors do not want to secure their state, not that they do not have power to do it. Any one of them security of his state. Therefore, waiting for any person to give each of them go ahead order before taking action shows that the governors are denying themselves. They know what they are doing. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It is coming from the boss from Okuzu, and it says, "Congratulations to Super Eagles. The banana, our keeper is a hero." And he says, again, no hope as bandits has covered many places in the in the north, and he says ban of alcohol is a welcome development because it's killing our people small. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It is coming from Valentine and from Mumbo, and he says congratulations to Super Eagles, and he says economic hardship, Mr. President, National Assembly, and bank managers will be held responsible because of their incompetence and the selfishness brought hunger and difficulties in the country. Okay, Valentine Edene from Mumbo, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We also have this message. It's coming from Mwaloto Patrick from Monteja, and it says for courts to order federal government to fix a price of goods within 7 days is a welcome development. Busy, in my opinion. He says I don't think that it is the best approach to solve the issue of inflation in the country. My reason is that Nigeria is a capitalist nation, and everybody does not buy goods from one source and at the same price. Everybody is therefore at liberty to sell his goods at any amount that is suitable for him or her. I should therefore suggest that what federal government ought to do is to do something very seriously, and then he urgent to address the issue of dollar rise and free fall of naira. When that issue is adequately addressed, prices of goods will definitely fall, for that is a natural law. It's equally worthy to note that if the federal government should get involved, that will curb maybe middlemen that inflate it more than it should be. But thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It is coming from Undubisu Kapo from Omo Ezomunachi, and it says Niger police arrested 25 protesters for protesting cost of living. Are we still in democracy? If government can arrest people protesting peacefully, what it means that we can't exercise our human rights, which include freedom of speech and expression. I urge human rights activists, civil society organizations, and well-meaning Nigerians to rise up against this barbaric. You can't beat a child and prevent him from crying. This is coming from Ndubisi Oka from Omweze Omunashi. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this one. This message says Ekiti government should tighten the security of, let's see if network will allow us to get you the rest of the message. While we await network on our WhatsApp portal, we flip over to our SMS portal. We have this message coming from Honorable Onyedeka Osakwe, and he says, killings had become a tea and bread. It had become tea and bread in Nigeria, as no remedy is seen to be taking place. Yes, on wicked to urge people to have patience with Tinubu is like promising a boy to wait and see his unknown assailant father. Let us no, okay, I think you missed a word there, but he said watch and see. Okay, watch and see the outcome of these promises that look like a tale of no cause, a James Bond movie. He continued and says NAFDAC ban on sachet drinks is just for a mere mentioning, as it will never come to reality. Rather, it will become a smuggled object court, giving federal government to mandate to fix prices of commodities. Okay, court giving federal government mandate to fix prices of commodities is not only laughable but ridiculous. Are we going to fix the price of products you manufactured or imported? Jokes can never end. And he says the INEC is the most tormenting hookworm pinching this nation as their UN ending quest for money cannot allow credible polls to take place in this nation. Let's face the turmoil taking place in the nation and forget about the census, as it must be a kangaroo process. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. On our SMS portal, we have this message that says, "Kudos to our Super Eagles as the beat South Africa, Bafana Bafana in the semi-final and advanced to final on the ongoing African Cup of Mwakeze from Makuzu." Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message coming from Iweka Ifanye from Ikengo Giri, and it says Nigeria is going into a failed state due to the poor handling of the country by APC. The future of this country cannot be guaranteed under Tinubu. This man should seek for help when it is still time. God save us all in this country. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. This one is coming from Aja from Odume, and he says soldiers and vigilantes were killed in Nasarawa. Why should well-trained Nigerian army go so low to unknown gunmen? Why they show their power and skills to ordinary civilians like us? Aja from Odume. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message is coming from Austin Ezenwaka from Umueze, Umunachi, and he says goalkeeper Stanley Nabali, a wonderful keeper and now African best. He deserves a pat on the back for a job well done. Nigerians are proud of him. Praise God. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Atondonze from Ubo, he says, okay, this is not for us, but thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll now flip over to our Facebook portal to bring you more reactions. And on our Facebook portal, we have a message coming from Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara from Owerri. And she says, the frustrations on the masses are pronounced. The Bible says, when the righteous rules, the people rejoice. Are our leaders righteous? The answer is whether Nigerians are today rejoicing or crying. Nigerians are having confidence meltdown, which is a situation of having little or no confidence in government. How can we have confidence when decisions taken, okay, let's see if we see all of it as okay, when decisions taken by government do not touch positively on the masses and do not follow laid down rules and regulations? Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara from Owerri. On our WhatsApp portal this morning, we have this message. It's coming from White Lion of Africa, and it says, Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, should do something about our federal roads. We can't see any impact from the ministry. Now, he says, now that Tinubu is back to Nigeria, he should call for a serious national meetings in every sector of the economy to tackle the problems faced by Nigerians. Congratulations to the super egos of Nigeria. They really fought like men yesterday. They should bring back the cup. The federal government should address the health system to handle some illness instead of flying people abroad regularly for medical treatments. And he says, is Chetima really in charge as a vice president? Tinubu left the country, traveled to France for days, yet we didn't see any activity from the vice president. Ekiti government should tighten the security of the state. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message coming from Amecha Nene from Urowele, Nkolo Gidi, and he says hardship is getting worse in this country. Let our government do the needful. Poor people are in trouble. Congratulations to Super Eagles. And this one is coming from Chike Obata from Obinetiti Okozu, and he says court should order Tinubu to return fuel subsidy because it's the reason of food costs and other things in Nigeria. Congratulations to Super Eagles of Nigeria. More power to govern states. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have another message coming from Iweka Ifani from Ikengo Gidi, and we thank you so much, for the appreciation. Thank you so much for being part of this particular edition, as this is the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way weekdays in the morning. Once it's 7 o'clock, so keep a date. And don't touch the dial of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Once it's 8:20, we'll be back with Birthday Splash. Until we meet again, I am Martin. Have a fabulous morning. You guys, thank you. Like, subscribe my show, right?